Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my trip to Kyoto in Japan through 35mm film. Hope you enjoy. Now these first pictures you're seeing are of Kinkakuji Temple. This temple is simply stunning. Not only that, but the gardens around this, you have to pay for a ticket before you get into this place. And we were kind of running late. I think it was closing within half an hour, but I've been here before once and I had an amazing time just looking around at all the various flowers, the way they're cutting the trees, like it's so well maintained. But beyond all of that, the main attraction is the Kinkakuji Temple. Just also look at the camera quality here, look at the skin tones, look at the greens, even the gold is coming out beautifully. So I love that I was able to capture myself in this environment once again, but this time on film. Now, I think Kyoto is a bit more slowed down. I had a lot more cultural experiences, which I otherwise didn't really have in Tokyo. So first of all, this is the main Arashiyama bamboo forest. But it's just a beautiful walk down. It's very touristy, especially if you come in during peak hours. And I just remember like sweating my butt off. It's quite dark because the bamboo grows up literally like towering over you. So it's blocking the sun, you're in the shade, and 35mm, it doesn't work that great when you've got all that shadow. So there was very few pockets of light which I could work with. And so I asked my friend, take a couple of pics. Yes, he missed focus. What can you do? But the picture still turned out nice. I think it just sums up why I love film photography so much. They may be imperfect, but they capture the memories whilst keeping me present in the moment. And next up was a spot which I never got to go to back in 2019 because I just didn't know how to get there. But a short walk away from the main bamboo forest area, this viewpoint is where you can see like these hills and this beautiful river winding around, and something about this little house or hut in the middle of this massively beautiful, intricate landscape just caught my eye, so I had to snap it up. Now let me quickly talk about the gear I took with me to Japan. First of all, we got the Sony Alpha 6400 with a 35mm lens on top. So the reason why I only took one lens is because I wanted to be a bit more present in this trip. And I find that when I'm on holiday with something like the 18 to 105mm, it's really versatile, it's really handy, but I find myself second guessing, do I need a wide shot, do I need a zoomed in shot? And I end up spending too long on my camera because I feel like I want to get it all. And the 35mm alone restricts me and tells me, listen, calm down, that's all you got, get that shot and keep it moving. I think personally for me, it's the right balance between getting video, which I'm gonna get obviously with 35mm, but also not being too indulgent in trying to get every single type of shot possible, because let's face it, it's no fun. I still want to have some fun whilst I'm out there, and yeah, that's just the decision I made. I also have a TIFF-in variable ND filter on. Alongside that, I took my film camera, the Canon AE1, and this is my workhorse when it comes to 35mm. I've also got a 28mm at home, but I just took the 50mm, that's my favorite on this. I loaded it up with Silbersalz 500T. Every photo that you're gonna see in this video is on Silbersalz. I also spent a good amount of time planning, which brings me to today's sponsor, Sunsama. Sunsama has been my all-in-one digital planner and to-do list for several years now, and it's easily the best I've come across. It integrated all the popular apps like Google Calendar, Gmail, and much more. My favorite way to use it is this daily task list view. It helps me focus on just today, calendar block those tasks, and even pull tasks in from a backlog if I want to. And what makes it an absolute joy to use is not only how aesthetic the app looks, which is basically what we're all looking for, right? But also Sunsama's philosophy, which is about making productivity healthy and intentional, which they promote with features such as nudging you to finish work at a reasonable time and also focus modes. So try it for yourself with an extended free trial of 30 days using my link. Now back to the video. I also took a few pictures just around the corner next to the Katsura River, which is this beautiful coffee shop, which is literally positioned right opposite and is voted one of the most beautiful coffee shops. It's very simple, it's an in and out service, glass windows all around, and the most stunning view. And there was two particular scenes which caught my eye, one of which was this elderly lady who was just standing there taking in the view, and also this guy who was directing traffic. And just look at his vest, okay? They've got these little fans on them. This vest has its own ventilation system. It is sick. But have you ever seen something like this anywhere else in the world? No, only Japan. And up next, of course, we have Fushimi Inari. These are the thousands of torii gates. They're winding up a mountain as well. I think the mountain is called Inari. This place speaks for itself. This is such an iconic location. Once again, my boy is missing focus. Shout out to Asfi, thanks bro. But that's fine because I'm pretty sure he had heat stroke somewhere, so, you know. But also just look at the colors, look at the scenes, look at the beauty around this site and the views from Mount Inari, which were just stunning. This time, despite the heat, I convinced my mate to actually go towards the top. We didn't go right to the very top because we were dying, but there's a little checkpoint where there's a couple shops here and there. And I just snapped up this cute little picture of this mask hung up on the wall. I don't know what this is called. If you know what this is, please let me know. I'd love to look into it. And finally, I just want to briefly talk on this one shot here, which is me standing on a bridge over Kamo River. And I didn't have a tripod. I don't like taking tripods around with me, especially for 35mm photography. I like to just do it on a run and gun basis, but it was really dark. I knew I wasn't going to expose this properly unless I could do a longer exposure. So I literally just placed it on the side, like the handrail of the bridge, and thankfully it kind of stayed upright. I just set it to like a couple seconds, and this is the photo that I got. Now I know what you're thinking, it's not great, it's not the best, it's not clear, there's a lot of grain, it's very dark, you can't make out lots, but there's something about this photo which feels more tangible than a digital photo. With 35mm film, you've got light which is bouncing off your entire environment, your entire scene, and it's all come back through your lens and formed a chemical reaction to physically capture that light. You've literally imprinted what you're seeing onto this little strip. And once that kind of occurred to me in my brain, there's just something so much more satisfying about having a moment captured on film as opposed to digital pictures. And there's a particular reason why I really feel like 35mm film aligns so closely with the culture of Japan and the Japanese. For example, if you've ever heard of the term Kintsugi. Now, Kintsugi is, say for example, you have, a porcelain plate or a bowl, and you dropped it and it's kind of smashed into a few pieces. Instead of throwing it away, there's a cultural practice known as Kintsugi, which is where you take those pieces, you glue them together with a bit of gold lacquer. Not only does that bring that bowl back together, but also you've got these beautiful gold lines which are highlighting the breaks and highlighting the flaws, but at the same time see the beauty in imperfections. And so when I look back at these pictures, all I see is imperfection, but you've got the lack of focus there, you've got the grain here, you've got the really dark images, and I can't help but feel like I've kind of applied that same sort of principle to my stance on photography, which is 35mm film is about its imperfections, but it's also about being present and appreciating what you have. And yeah, on that note, just want to say a massive thank you for anyone who's got to this very point whilst I've been blabbering on in this video. But I hope you enjoy the pictures, and I hope you'll stick around to see my subsequent videos on Osaka, Nara, and Lake Kawaguchiko, which is where I saw Mount Fuji and captured it on film for the first time, which was an amazing experience. Thank you for sticking around, and I will see you in the next one.